back to advanced
Okay,
math.
and for those that missed the last class, this will be part of it because some were asking if I had a video. Yeah, well, it's okay. I'm going to go over this. All right, so you're looking for what contradicts, what two things can't happen at the same time. So which two statements on number 1 contradict each other? Remember, scaling means all the sides are different, right? What does isosceles mean? Two sides are the same. Can those two things happen at the same time? No, we're saying two different things. So it's what letter? A. All right? It was 1 and 2. A right triangle, it can have acute angles, all small angles. Okay. MNO is equilateral. What's a contradiction to the statement? So if it's equilateral, what does that mean? If the triangle is equilateral, all the sides are equal, and from that we would know that what? All the angles are also equal. So if all the angles are equal, what are they?
What?
If all the angles are equal, what are they? What's the measure of them?
60.
60. Remember, if you have a triangle where all the sides are equal, then all the angles are equal. What's 180 divided by those three angles? 60, 60, 60. Okay, so if we have this equilateral triangle, what can't happen? Which one of those things can't happen with it? So H. Angle M can't equal 120. That's going to be your answer. All right? What's a contradiction to that statement? This is the same triangle. There's no contradiction here, right? You can name the triangle whatever. This is actually the same exact statement. All the angles are acute and all the angles are 60. That's the one that can't happen. Okay, number 3. What's the first step in solving an indirect proof? We always start with, oops, I touched this cord. No, I can handle this. Assume temporarily, so that what? The opposite of what you're trying to prove. We're trying to prove what? The triangle is not a right triangle. So what are we going to start with? Assume that the triangle is a right triangle. A word that we've learned is negate it. You make the opposite of it. So which one is that? It's A. Yeah, assume temporarily that it is a right triangle.
Why does it not say temporarily?
I don't know, it's supposed to. But I didn't make this. All right. Then our next one, got that done. MN equals PQ. Which one contradicts this? If those two sides are equal, can they be parallel? Look, I could draw, I could draw two things that are parallel, and I can say, hey, look, they are also equal lengths, right? Okay, can they be perpendicular? I could draw two things that are the same length that are perpendicular, right? They could be perpendicular. Are they congruent? That's what equal means, that they're congruent. So MN is not congruent to PQ. That's that one. It's opposite. That's the complete opposite of what we just said. So it contradicts it. It's basically like English class. What'd you say?
Stacy, them scribbles are unacceptable.
What scribbles? Oh, this fill in? I'm just showing you how not to fill in a standardized test.
Yes.
What's the first step of an indirect proof of the statement? A number X is not divisible by 5.
It is divisible.
Assume that X is divisible by 5. What letter is that? B.
Oh, wait, I can't read.
And that squiggle is also awful.
Oh my god, I just hit myself in the eye with my pencil.
Okay, let me pause this while we get our stuff out. At first, okay, it might be a little confusing at first, and then we'll get into some problems, and you'll understand it, okay? But I promise you'll get it. And I'm hoping it's kind of common sense, but it says if you have that A is equal to B plus C, and C is bigger than 0, then A is bigger than B. Now I want you to think about that. if you add a number to B and A is equal to that number added to B, wouldn't A be bigger than B? It's okay.
In this case, that was not.
I know. Okay, I know it's a lot, but it's common sense. So let me do an example then and see if that helps. Yes, it is. It's just wordy. It's wordy right now. So this is what they're saying, and then I'm going to tell you in a different way. Huh?
Is this what this looks like?
No, this is not proofs. It's just you got to understand some stuff. All right, they have A is equal to B plus C. And if C is not 0, you're not adding 0. That's what's important. But then A is bigger than B. A has to be bigger than B. So let's think. Let's say that B is 2, and somebody give me a number for C. How about 1? So what is that? What is 2 plus 1? Is A bigger than B? Yes, because you added something to B. That's all they're saying. Because you added a number to B, A is going to be bigger than B. Does this make sense? Yes, no? Let's do another one. Let's pick 2 numbers for B and C. What are they? 5 and 3. So is A going to be bigger than B? What is B plus C? 5 plus 3. So is A bigger than B? Yeah, it's 8. Okay, so it's bigger than B. It's because you added a number to B.
Is it always gonna be?
So yeah, that's just this. This is just basically a rule, and I know it kind of seems. Yeah, it seems confusing, but it's really common sense. They're just saying, if you add a number to B, and A is equal to those 2 numbers combined, then it's going to be bigger than B. Okay. All right. Then let's look at one more thing. All right. We'll have some practice problems in a minute. Another little rule here. This is an exterior angle, right? That means it's on the outside of the triangle. Does everybody see that? Yes? Do you remember how we find angle 1? Do y'all remember the rule for this? I would add 2 angles together. Which 2 angles? 2 and the 3. Angle 1 is equal to 2 and 3 added together. So all they're saying is that the measure of angle 1 has to be bigger than the measure of angle 2 and bigger than the measure of angle 3. How do we know it's bigger than those? Because it's 2 angles added together. So it has to be bigger than each of those angles. Does that make sense? Yes, no? Let me show you an example. Let me have a triangle. So all it's saying, I know it's just wordy. I keep losing my pen. If I draw this triangle, somebody give me the measure of 2 angles. We're moving on to the next lesson.
There's only 3 people here.
I will record it. Okay. All right. So on this one, if I have these 3 angles, somebody give me measures of angles.
72.
72. Okay, and another small angle. 40. Very good. Okay, if this is 72 and this is 40, what's the exterior angle? 100 and what? You add them up. What's 72 plus 40? 112. Okay, so what they're saying is that the exterior angle is bigger than this one, and it's bigger than that one. That's all it means. Why is it bigger than those? Because it's 2 of them added together. Okay, is that making sense? That's all it means. That's all that little theorem, or what is it, a corollary, is saying. Okay, but y'all have to remember the exterior angle is these 2 added together, and we know it's bigger than that one. It's bigger than each of them because it's 2 added together. Okay, so number 1, in our example, let's look and see what we have. It says, use the figure at the right. Why is angle 2 bigger than angle 3? I don't want y'all to look at the answer. Why would you say, based on all the information I just told you, why is angle 2 bigger than angle 3?
I can see it.
Because you added those 2 up together.
Because it's the exterior angle, and you know that it's 2 angles added together. So let me draw the picture without the extra triangle.
Can you do that?
Okay? This is angle 2, this is angle 4, and this is angle 3. How do you know that angle 2 is bigger than angle 3? It's an exterior angle, so it's angle 3 plus another one. It's angle 3 plus whatever this one is. But we know we're adding something to it. Basically, I mean, that's all it is, and it says, they say a little bit more than that, but that's all we need. Why is the measure of angle 5 bigger than the measure of angle C?
Oh, whoa. Beats me.
Wait.
Cause like the inside one's at wait.
Why is the measure of angle 5 bigger than the measure of angle C?
I don't know.
Is it cause like 3 and 4 added up are more than 1 and 2? Like on the exterior, on the interior, on the exterior.
This one, let me see. Let me break it down into pieces. Okay, I'm looking at 5 and which one did I say?
5 and
C. Because that's 5 plus 4. And C is... Hold on, let me see what they said.
Yeah, I think we should skip this.
Triangle A, C, D. Oh, okay. They're just looking at the big triangle. That's all. No, you don't have to skip it. Look. Let's just draw the big triangle. That's both of those together. This is angle C, and this is angle 5. So 5 is going to be, this one was angle 3, and that's a couple together. You know that angle 5 is bigger than angle C because it's an exterior angle. So it's C and 3 added together. Okay? All right, because if I was to write that out, I know this might be a little confusing, but you would say the measure of angle 5 is angle 3 plus C. That's why it's bigger than C, because you've added an angle to it. Okay? Yes, no, we kind of get it. We're just saying the same thing over and over. Let's look at some on your sheet then real quick. How many of these? We've kind of got a few today. 5 problems. All right, let's see this one. Explain why. I'll do number 1, and then I'm going to let you do number 2. It's the same exact thing. We're just saying the same thing over and over again. Why is angle 1 bigger than angle 2?
Add some.
Because what?
What?
You're adding something, but like say it
The measure of angle 1 equals the measure of angle 2.
and
4.
no.
The measure of angle
2 and 3. The ones that are away from it. Okay? So I would say 1 is bigger than 2 because it's equal to those two added together. It's an exterior angle, so it's those two added together. So it has to be bigger. Yes, no?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you going to say on number 2? And you're going to write this one out. Why is 1 bigger than 2?
You add some.
because the measure of angle 2 and 4.
Well, 1 is...
the measure of angle 3 and 4.
1 is the measure of angle 3 and 4. Okay? And what's 2?
What about 2?
Measure 3 and 1.
No, it's the measure of angle 3 and this one. 1 is the equal to 4. No, 1 is equal to that. 1 is actually equal to 2 and 4.
That's what I said.
Is it what you said?
Mhm.
How did you get that?
I don't know, I just guessed.
Look at it with drawn this way. These are parallel lines. These are alternate angles. So this is angle 1 and that's that angle. Right? This one was a little bit different. So angle 1 is both of those added together. Same concept though. You're talking about it being 2 angles added together. So angle 1 has to be bigger than angle 2. Okay? So y'all look at those and write those down. Make sure you understand them. Let me pause it. Yeah. So, yeah, just 1 and 2. This is, do y'all remember when you take numbers and you write them in order? Like, if they give you some decimals and you have to put them in order from least to greatest. Okay, or greatest to least. We can do the same thing with angles. I want you to think of, I don't know, for some reason I think of like a flashlight shining and like however big your angle is how wide that light may shine against the wall. I know those on the video can't really see what I'm doing. But your angle is associated with the side across from it. Does that make sense? Yes, no? So my angle goes with the side that's across from it. Okay, it opens up to the other side. Like, and I just think of a light shining on a wall. Here's my light, my little flashlight. It's my angle, and however the angle is how much light shining on that wall. Anyway, you're looking at comparing sides and angles. I think that's what we're doing. I know that's on the next part of the problem. Let's see what this is. Okay, yeah. So we have things that aren't congruent. Your bigger angle goes with the bigger side across from it. The smaller angle is going to go with a what? Smaller side. A medium angle is going to go with a what? Medium side. I'm just talking about sizes of angles. Now I'll give you numbers. That's all it's saying. The size of your angle determines the size of the side that it's across from. Okay? So here we go with our problem. All right. They give us this little triangle. It's got some landscape. And it wants to know which corner, like where the two streets meet, have the largest angle. Where's my largest angle? What are you going to look for? They don't give me angles, so we have to look at what numbers.
175.
Yeah, you're right. The 175. He picked the largest side, right? And which angle's across from it? This one right here. Does everybody understand that? Yes, no? So this right here, MLK Boulevard and Valley Road, where they meet, that's the biggest angle. What's the smallest angle? The one across from 105. This angle right here. Does that make sense? And my medium angle is across from the 120. Okay, now I'm going to give you letters in a second. Okay, let's actually look at some. We'll look at 2 of your problems and you'll do the other 2. Here's some that you might understand better. On number 3, I'll do 3 and 4, and you can do 5 and 6. On number 3, what is the smallest angle?
2.9.
The one across from 2.9. Does everybody agree? That's our smallest number. So what angle goes with it? B. So angle B. What's my next smallest angle? What's my next smallest number? 3. And what's the angle that goes with it? A. And then, what's my last one going to be then? C. Do we understand that? Sort of. Okay. Now, I know that number 4 and 5, they have just X's and Y's. But what would be my smallest X? Yeah, it would be X. The one that's just X by itself. So, like on your number 5, what's the smallest value on there? No, on your number 5. 3Y. 3Y is the smallest, right? Then 4Y, then 5Y.
So
But,
number 5.
Mhm.
Wait, we're on number 4.
Yeah, we're doing number 4. You're doing number 5, but I was just kind of giving you a hint on it.
So for like x plus 1, would that be x?
Yeah, so first I'm going to write my X goes with Z. So I'm going to write my Z. Then I'm going to do the X plus 1 is the next biggest. It goes with angle X. And then I'm going to write my Y. Okay, I have ordered those angles from smallest to biggest based on the side across from them. The bigger the side, the bigger the angle. Okay, does this make sense? Yes, sort of. No. All right, so y'all are going to try 5 and 6. For number 6, the hypotenuse is always the longest side. So if you know, this is 5 and this is 12, I'm going to go ahead and tell you I don't know what it is. Well, I do. But you don't know what it is, but it's going to be the longest. I'll teach you in a couple of chapters. So you know the smallest, so start with the smallest one. What is it? And then you would go to the next one and then the next one. Okay, let me pause this. Yeah. We're ready. Okay, so the next thing, we're doing the same exact concept, except this time they give us some angles. Actually, I'm going to draw this on my own paper. They give me this triangle, TUV, And I know this angle is 58 and this angle is 62. Okay, now y'all can see it. Sorry. Now, how do I know what my other angle is?
You gotta add them up.
Yeah. Add them up and they should all equal 180. So can somebody tell me
It's 90.
it is 90?
Oh, no, not 90.
Oh, sorry, I had to say 58,
For 70.
62, that's 120. What's 180 minus 120? 60. Okay, so I get 60. Okay, does everybody understand this? How we found that? Now I know my 3 angles. So do I know which side, what do they want me to do? Shortest. Which side's the shortest?
58.
The one across from 58. What do we call that side? TV. TV. Okay. U, does everybody see that U is the smallest angle? That is TV. U is the smallest angle, right? So what's the smallest side? The one across from it. TV. Remember, it's kind of like shining a light. Which one did we shine the light on? TV. Question?
And then it would be UV then.
Yeah. So now my next to biggest angle, I've already done the 58. What's my next one? 60. What one is that one? That one is UV. It's 60 is across from UV. So I'm going to write UV. Then my last one is 62. And it's TU or UT. I'll do UT. Questions real quick, y'all, on what I just did? And then I'll do one on your paper. Okay? Any questions on that one? No? All right. I'm going to do number 9 on your paper. And y'all can do 7, 8, and 10. Okay? Can I keep going? Yeah, all right, then here I'm going to do number 9. Okay, notice they give me all this information. What should I do with it? I should draw a picture with it. So I have a triangle A and B and C. Doesn't matter where you write your letters, okay? Angle A is 99. Angle B is 44. What's nice is they give you all these, 37. On these two, what do you have to do? These two up here, you have to find the missing angle so that you'll know what order. Now, on number 9, they want this shortest to longest. Which one's the shortest? The 37, right?
That's
So,
CB.
wait, what? Nope. 37 is across from what? What does it point to?
AB.
AB. So I would put AB.
Oh, I drew my picture.
But even if you drew your picture different, it should still be across from AB. Then what's my next angle? The 44, which is AC. Very good. Think of just shining a flashlight from that angle. What wall would it hit? AC. Okay, and then my last one is going to be from the 99, so that's what? BC. Is everybody okay with that? Do I need to do one more of those? No. So y'all can do 7, 8, and 10. And I'll pause this again. So y'all have done 1 through 12, now looking at 13 with y'all. You would need to know what's missing, right? And you have those 2 triangles. You can find the missing angles. What did y'all find for them?
59.
This one's 59, and the other one is 60. Okay, so then it says, what in the whole diagram, what's the shortest side? So what's the smallest angle? This is the smallest angle. So the side that's across from it is what? This one right here. What is it? AC. That was my shortest side. Does that make sense? Yeah? It's not so bad, is it?
I haven't finished it
It's not that good.
It's not that good.
yet. Scott.
No, y'all don't have to do 14, but I am going to go, when y'all are ready, I'll give y'all a second, and to the next part.
Number 12. Oh, and M.
Okay, the next part says, can a triangle have sides with the given lengths? Okay, what you have to do is take each of the sides, in groups of 2, add two sides together, and they have to be bigger than the third side. Okay? So you add two sides together, they have to be bigger than the third side. That's what this little theorem says right here. It's a whole lot of information, but it just means no matter which two sides I pick, if I add them together, they always have to be bigger than the other side because you've combined two things together. Okay? So that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to do this 3 times. I'm going to have to group my numbers 3 times. So let's just go with 8 and 7. What is 8 plus 7?
15.
Is 15 bigger than 9?
Yes.
Yes. Now let's group 7 and 9. What's 7 plus 9?
16.
Is 16 bigger than my other side, which was 8? Yeah. Then my last two are the first and last, right? What's 8 plus 9? 17. Is that bigger than the side? I keep saying angle. I didn't use 7. Yes. So can this be a triangle? Would this work? Yes. Okay. Otherwise, so yes, this one's good. Number 15, yes, however you want to write it. Yes, check mark, whatever. If it doesn't work, what you end up with is this. Like maybe a side wasn't long enough. Okay? And that does not make a triangle.
4 is equal.
Huh?
We're doing number 16. Right?
We are, yeah, so we're going to do 16. It cannot equal. What's our rule right here say? It has to be bigger than. Okay? So,
7 plus 6.
So if even just one of
so
them-
you can, even if one of them doesn't work, then you've proved it wrong. It's no. And that's what he's saying. He said, well, he added 7 and 6, and what does it equal? 13. It wasn't bigger, so no, that one's not going to work. Okay?
17 is yes.
So y'all can do 17 and 18. Follow that rule. That's all it is that rule. The last set of problems, and I will go over how to do number 23, but I'm not going to make y'all do it. But I do that's a good like ACT or end of course exam type of question. 23 combines a lot of stuff. So I want to go over it. But these, it's different. You're missing a side, right? So we can just call it X. Does everybody agree with that? Yeah? So I'm going to set up 3 things and solve them. Boys, are y'all paying attention? Because this is not easy. I have the sides 5, 11, and X. And I'm only going to make y'all do one of them. I'll make y'all do 22 in a second. So I'm going to say that 5 plus X would have to be bigger than 11. Does everybody understand that? Then I could say that 11 plus X has to be bigger than what? 5. And what's my other one? Oh, 5 plus 11 has to be what? Bigger than X. Those are my 3 things. So what am I going to do for those 3 things? I'm going to solve them. Does everybody understand that? So let me do that. I'm going to subtract 5, and this says that X must be greater than 6. What am I going to do here? Subtract 11, so X must be greater than negative 6. And this one what is 5 plus 11?
16.
This actually says that X is less than 16. Okay, so I have some information, but I have to pick which ones. And what they want you to do, I know which 2 it is, but let me just make sure. You have to look for where it satisfies every bit of information. It can't be bigger than 6 and negative 6. You're going to have to pick the 6, okay? You have to go with this one and then the less than 16. It's numbers between 6 and 16. That's your answer, okay? The reason I can't pick bigger than negative 6 is because that doesn't meet that. There's all these numbers that are bigger than negative 6 that aren't bigger than 6. Does that make sense? No. So you try the next one. Try number 22. I want you to set it up and see if you would know which 2 to pick. So my answer is numbers between 6 and 16. That's all it's asking for. This is weird. I don't think there's one like this on the midterm. But I'll pause it and let you do 22, and then we'll only have one thing left. So if you set them up, I would say, okay, my other number was X. So x plus 6 is greater than 8. X plus 8 is greater than 6. If you put your number first, that's fine. And then I would say the last one, 6 plus 8 is greater than x. That one's actually my less than sign. So if I subtract 6, I get bigger than 2. If I subtract 8, I'm bigger than negative 2. Which one of those am I going to have to pick?
2.
The 2. And then this one, what's 8 plus 6? 14. And it's actually x is less than 14. So my numbers are 2 to 14. That's all it means, 2 to 14. Is that so bad? No? Okay. Then the last thing we'll do is number 23 together. You don't have to write this one down. You can just pay attention. So you can stop on that on your worksheet, and I'll take it up in a second. But I want to...
Take up that standardized test for-
No, not the first thing we did. I'm not. Okay, number 23, though, I do want y'all to pay attention because to me, this is like combining a lot of information. So they give us that angle P is 45. Q is 3x. Oh, wait, no. 10x plus 30. Sorry, that's 10x plus 30. I was looking at the wrong problem. And angle R is 5x. If I add all three of these angles together, what would they equal? 180. And then couldn't I solve for x and know what each angle is? That's where you're having to apply. Because they want us to put these in order, y'all, from shortest to longest, the sides. I have no idea what the measurements are except for this one. So I actually have to find x. So I would add these together. 45 plus 10x plus 30 plus 5x. And I know it's going to equal 180. Then I'm going to know each angle. So let's see, 45 plus, I should have done 45 plus 30. Let me do that. What's 45 plus 30? 75. And what's 10x plus 5x?
15x.
Then how do I solve? Subtract 75. So I get 105. Then what? Divide by 15. What's 105 divided by 15? 21?
7.
Oh, I divided it by 5. I'm sorry. What is 105 divided by 15? I divided it by 5. 7. So x is 7. Now, that's not my answer. That's going to tell me what each angle is, right? What would this angle be? What's angle R going to be? 5 times 7 is 35. Okay, what's this angle going to be? 7 times 10 plus 30. 100. Now let's see. Is it asking me for the biggest angle? The shortest angle or the shortest side? Shortest to longest sides. So now we're probably going to need to draw a little picture. See how it's a lot of steps? P, Q, R. P is 45. Q was 100. It's not a good triangle. R is 35. So what is my shortest side?
35.
The one across from 35, which is QP. Very good. Then what's my next one? QR. And then that means my last one is PQ or... Oh, nope. I did that wrong. PR. PR. There you go. All right. That's the lesson for today.
That wasn't